Okay, I'm filming this for the moms group. Don't worry about how I look. I know I look like the help, but whatever, is hot. I had to put my hair up. I wanted to show you ladies what to do with your herbs. If you're growing herbs, or if you buy some from the store, you bought too many, you can dry them. So I'm going to show you the first step. I'm going to take you on a tour of my garden, and then I'll show you what I do to make tea and my seasonings. Okay, first of all, this is my little collection basket. There's squash in there, lemon cucumbers, China J cucumbers, and there's mint. There's mint growing. Here's peppers. Here's basil. Here is regular basil you use in like Italian cooking, stuff like that. And then I have Thai basil. I use that in my pho. And whenever I decide I want to cook Asian dishes. Let's see. Here's my thyme. I use that in my seasonings. So whenever I make homemade Italian seasoning, I get the thyme, some basil. Here's oregano and some rosemary. And then I dry it. I put it in the oven or your air fryer. There is a setting on your air fryer to dehydrate things. So you don't have to go and buy an expensive dehydrator. You can just either use your oven on the very lowest setting, and it'll take some time because it has to dry out completely to preserve it. And then there you go. You have your seasonings. And I do this, I started doing it last year because I have so many herbs and you don't want them to go to waste. So I decided, you know what? I need to make my own seasonings and my own tea. Okay, so I'm going to cut some mint and some lavender to make my tea. And I put it in I dry it, put it in a huge container. And then, when the wintertime comes and there's sniffles and all that kind of stuff, you have tea. You don't have to run out to the store to get it, and it's healthy. You know what's in it because you put it in there. All right, so here we go. So I wanted to brag a little bit and show you my melons. There's my cantaloupe growing under there. There's cantaloupe growing up here. There's these are called Royal Golden melons right there. Those are growing. And then this is a black jewel melon. It's growing. There's a couple back there that we wrapped up. And then here is my golden egg squash. There's some in the basket. You can see they're growing. Some of these I couldn't get to pollinate. So when they don't pollinate, then they can wither. So let me show you what it means to pollinate before I get to the tea part. Okay, so the female plant is the one that grows the fruit or the vegetable, right? Okay, that's a female plant. That's a girl. Now, here's the boy. And look what's inside. A long thingy. So you can self-pollinate if you're having problems with bees. You stick the boy part inside the girl flower, and that's what helps it to grow. Honestly, I mean, it's simple biology, but this is the male flower. And see, there's pollen on this little thingy. I explained this to my husband, and he started getting other ideas, and I'm like, no, sir, we're gardening, leave me alone. All right, so that's how you get your vegetables to grow. And if they don't get pollinated, then they shrivel and they don't grow all the way. See, there's that one I self-pollinated. Actually, I just stuck it in there and left it alone. So anyway, okay, so here's my huge mint patch. This is all mint, and it just came back from last year. Last year I planted this with only 6 plants, literally just 6, that I got from a friend, and look at how much it grew. So I'm gonna cut some of these, and as you can see, there's bees doing their work, their magic. So I make sure to coexist with them, because you need bees for things to pollinate, and if they don't pollinate, then you have to pollinate. All right, so I'm gonna cut. And the flowers are okay to put in your tea as well. I'm just gonna put these in my basket, in my little basket. The flowers are okay. Not just the leaves, but the flowers. So as you can see, there's still some coming up. There's some dying off, and those are the ones that once they go to seed, then as you can see, the stem gets woody. And that's the same for any herb. So it's really important if you want your herbs to last all summer to keep clipping them. Unfortunately, I could not. I couldn't keep up with clipping all of these. But oh well. Oh, I want y'all to meet my friend. This is Tawanda. It's a spider. I named her Tawanda. I'm gonna leave her alone because she does good work over here. She eats pests. So, hey Tawanda. All right. And there's all the bees over there doing their magic. Bees are great. I'm also out here with my fan. All right, so I'm gonna keep clipping. Basket. So I'm gonna keep clipping, and then once I'm done, I'm gonna take you inside and show you what the end result is. Okay, so I'm on the back side of my watermelon patch. There's a black jewel. I think that's a cantaloupe growing right there. There's another royal golden. There's a royal golden. I think that's a black jewel, and there might be a royal golden as well. But here are 2 black jewel melons that we wrapped up. Here's my okra plant. This is officially over my head. It will grow another 5 feet probably before it's too long, before it's said and done. They grow pretty tall. So, okay, and this is a cushaw squash. Look, you can see I pollinated that. I just stuck the male flower inside the female along with all of its leaves. That's how it looks when it's a baby. These are called ground cherries. I bought seeds for these things for the last 2 years, and they will not grow where I plant them. This just happened to grow out of a basket that I used last year. Yeah, I don't know how it got there, but I'm leaving it here. So ground cherry, I make, it's like in the berry family. They're called gooseberry sometimes. But I make jam out of them. There's some, and they fall to the ground once they look like this. They look like little paper lanterns, and they taste amazing. I make jam out of these. Let me show you what one looks like when you open up the gooseberry, or ground cherry as they're referred to as well. Okay, so this is how they look. This little berry, and they're good. They taste good. Sometimes we just come out here for work in the yard. We'll just pull one off and just eat one. Right here, delicious and refreshing. Tell you what, ladies, this garden, I count this as my daily exercise because it is hot out here, and I come out here and sweat and work, digging up stuff, whatever, picking up dog poop. There's a lot to be done out here in the garden. Let me show you the cushaw. So that's the cushaw. It started right there, is where I planted it, and this is how far it's grown. And don't say anything about my backyard. It is what it is. But yeah, it's now growing behind the fence over us. As you can see, there's a big one up there. We have it wrapped up. Let me see if I can zoom in. There's one right there. But yeah, they're huge. And this is my first time ever growing them. I had no idea what we were in store for. I thought I found a cute little spot to grow them. Oh, there's one. It's like about 10 inches right now, or 12. No, it's about 12 inches. Let me see if I can zoom out for you. Yeah, and they're heavy. So we're excited about them. But yeah, that's my garden. Okay, y'all, there is one thing I forgot to tell y'all about. This is like going through a jungle out here, but I love it. Okay, step over. Here's my beautiful flowers. I planted these from seed. And, you know, if you have a garden, you definitely need flowers to attract pollinators. What was I going to show y'all out here? Oh, the lavender. Okay, so this is lavender, and I'm going to use it to make some more tea. As you can see, it smells so good. But yeah, you can use lavender to make salves, which is good for your skin. You can make them for tea. That's what I'm going to make them for. And here's the end result. I put it in this airtight container. There's the leaves. This, I wish y'all could smell this through the camera, but see, there's the dried citrus. You use that in a little tea diffuser and you have your homemade tea.